Hey everybody, today I want to show you this gambler's gun kit I put together. Stay tuned. Alright, so yeah, I put this together a number of years ago and I thought I'd show it to y'all. Start off with the case. It's a wooden cigar box that I got, and it's Don Diego Playboy Hugh Hefner signature cigar box. Very, very well made. It's in relatively good shape. And I got to tell you, I just recently I went on eBay and looked up, and there's plenty of these boxes available for sale, ranging from like $15 to $40, something like that, for these boxes. One guy on eBay had 3 of these cigars. I guess they discontinued them. They don't make them anymore. He had 3 in the plastic wrapper for $150. He was asking for these, so $50 a cigar. So too bad this case isn't full of them, or I'd have a nice little chunk of money. So it has these really nice metal snap latches for the case that hold it really secure. And then if we open it up and look inside, it's got another label on the inside, and here it is. There's all the contents. So I'll pull them out and show you what we have one by one here. So I'll start off with the main component in the kit here, and that's the gun itself, the pistol itself. This is a CVA vest pocket Derringer. This one was purchased new circa early 1980s, and it's all brass frame and with hardwood grips, and imported by CVA, made in Italy, and it's a 31 caliber black powder. Yeah, so this little Derringer is modeled after a Colt number 3. It's a copy of a Colt number 3 or a Colt 3rd model Derringer. Very similar to it. The only modifications I made to this was the grips. They were more of a like a brownish color, and they were pretty squared off. So I I either made these grips, I can't remember. It may still have the original. If I did, I still have the original grips in another location, but I did that to more match the push dagger that I have in here, because it has an ebony handle. So I either made these out of ebony or took the original one, sanded them down, rounded them a little bit more, and stained them with a dark walnut. One of the two. Not really sure. I could take them off and look at the back and probably be able to tell better, but anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, it has a half cock position, and you put it on half cock to open it up, and it's swing barrel, and that's where you put your percussion cap. I should say the Colt Model 3, or the Colt number 3 Derringer, or whatever you want to call it, was a 41 caliber rimfire. It was a black powder 41 short rimfire, they called it, and I think it was like a 130 grain bullet or something. But it was a black powder pistol too. This is actually a percussion pistol that you have to manually load. It won't take cartridges. Okay, so there's the pistol. And then moving along, and also in the case, I have a little container of number 10 percussion caps. And so we've got a few percussion caps in there. And then I made this little ramrod for it out of a hardwood dowel and a wooden bead. And then I marked it with that line. That would be the loaded position. And because it goes past it, you know it's not loaded. Yeah, so you should always check, make sure your gun's not loaded, and that's a good way to check it. Just you know, if it stopped right here, you know it's loaded, but because it goes all the way in, it's not loaded. So a little ramrod. This little thing here unscrews, and I don't know if it's screwed onto something else, and you use that as a ramrod or what. But if you know, leave it down in the comments. I'm not really quite sure, but I made this and it fits nicely in this little cigar box case. So we have the percussion caps. I have a little glass vial of black powder right here that I keep in the case. I have 6 of the 31 caliber bullets, lead bullets that I cast. I have a little powder measure that I made out of brass, and I stamped it on the bottom. Stamp it on the bottom, 10 grains, because that's what it takes, 10 grains for each one. And then I just made it out of a piece of brass, and then I soldered a copper little wire onto it to make a little powder measure. Okay, and then also in the little case here we have a push dagger, an antique push dagger. Well, it's almost antique. I made it a long time ago, and I left the patina on it. It's carbon steel. I just left the patina so that it looks old, and I didn't polish the brass. It has a brass spacer with some red spacers, ebony handle, and then a brass knurled nut, and you can actually take it apart, unscrew this, and all the components can come apart and store it more compactly if you wanted to. But a push dagger, I don't have a sheath for it, or a boot knife, whatever you want to call it. Maybe something that a gambler back in the old Wild West would have in his boot, you know. And then I put a little like a fleur-de-lis or design into the blade, and yeah, so I keep that in the case too. And here's the case now that I have it empty to show you. So what I did, I took 2 pieces of foam, probably like 1/2 inch thick foam, and I glued red felt to each one, and then I glued this one on top after I cut out everything. Now originally I wanted to find an old antique deck of cards and put that in here. I thought that would be a cool addition to the kit, but I was having trouble finding one. So then I found this push dagger I forgot I had that I'd made, and I thought, oh, that's kind of like, you know, old West gambler type device there. I'll stick that in the case. So yeah, everything fits nicely in there, and I really don't have much spare room. I made provisions for 6 of the 31 caliber bullets, round balls that fit in there, and because it's foam, you can just squeeze down and get them out real easy. Okay, and like I said, this little Derringer takes a 31 caliber round ball, and I ordered a bullet mold for it. This is a Lee double cavity bullet mold, and that's what I cast these little lead balls with. I'll take it out of the box and show you that real quick. So it's a typical Lee mold, and this one's the 2 cavity model, and it's got the spew cutter. Is that what it's called? Yeah, so this is actually the 319 thousandths model, and it makes a 48 grain round lead bullet. And it took a little while to find the exact size that I needed for this gun, and I would have preferred to get one like this. I pulled this one out too. This is a 44 caliber, because before I made this case, I had plans to, you know, get one of these models. I think these are made in Italy, and it would fit nicely in the case. But I couldn't find a 319 thousandths bullet mold in this brand. They didn't make one. Yeah, so I ended up just getting this bigger model Lee, and it comes with, you know, paperwork and stuff in the box. And I have a number of these in different calibers, and sinker molds for fishing and all that kind of stuff for casting lead. Okay, so I'll give you one last close-up look here at the little 31 caliber Derringer. Made in Italy. There's the other side with the CVA logo on it. Connecticut Valley Arms logo on it. And that's it. So here it is, all put back in its case. The little gambler set, I'm calling it. Okay, so that ends today's video, the look at my vest pocket Derringer. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'd appreciate it if you check out some of my other videos. I've got a playlist with a bunch of other stuff. You might find something else you're interested in, and so check that out. I really appreciate that. This is Dave. See you in the next one.